Look at this. 5 amazingly powerful sales questions you need. Master your sales. Let's say you're going to have a face-to-face meeting with a prospect, or this is the first time you're having a client meeting. What are some of the things that you could say to make sure that that meeting is successful? Well, have no fear. Adventago is here. Today I'm going to guide you through the 5 most powerful sales questions that you could use in a client meeting. Now, you have to understand when you are meeting face to face with the client, we're not just talking about talking on the phone or talking in print. When you are sitting down face to face with a client or even multiple clients, you need to know that your body language also comes into play. So make sure to consider the way you present yourself, the way you dress, and the way you look at people. All that makes a difference, but today we are going to focus on the question. But before we start, I have to point out that a lot of salespeople make this mistake, that they let their guards down because they think because they are meeting face to face with a client, it's a done deal. Unfortunately, the reality is that isn't true. Just because you're meeting face to face with the prospect doesn't mean that you've already closed the deal. In fact, if anything, you need to be even more cautious when you are meeting face to face. The second thing you need to pay attention to is what is the outcome that you want. Most salespeople go into a meeting with the thought that if they do a good enough job at delivering a lot of data and giving them a lot of information, that logically they will understand the value in what you have to sell and want to buy. That's not the case at all. You need to set the tone and set the agenda in the beginning, so at the end, when the closing happens, it becomes very natural and the ending is simple. But you need to be strategic about it. So, let's get ready to rumble. Number 1. What motivated you to meet with us today? But why is that question so powerful? Well, it's because that question gives you some information about what their motives are. Instead of asking, why are you here? Then the prospect would do most of the talking. And what you should do is start taking notes, pay attention to what they are saying, and let them talk. Don't interrupt them. Let them talk for as long as they need. This helps you gain intelligence on what are their real pain points for coming here and seeking your advice. Number 2. Exactly what are we trying to accomplish today? That's a very powerful question. You see how this is very outcome driven? I like to use the word exactly. What are we trying to accomplish here today? And again, another simple, open-ended question to let your prospect talk. This also filters out the time wasters. If they reply with something like, oh, I wasn't thinking of buying, or I don't have the money anyway, then you know that they aren't a good fit from the start, rather than finding out at the end. Number 3, where are you today and where do you want to be? This question is so powerful because it tells me exactly what's the status of the prospect. Where are they? What are their frustrations? What are their pain points? And where do they dream of being? What I want to do is present my product as the bridge between where they are to where they want to go. You see that that's the gap, but my product should be the perfect bridge to help them get from their pain to pleasure. Instead of you talking about how good your product is, how good your services are, how long you've been in business, or your track record and all that, what is much more powerful is to ask them, where are you now and where do you want to be? Also, this can give you some secret answers as to why their business is failing and other issues as to why the prospect isn't buying. Remember, as a salesperson, you are meant to make the prospect open up to you so you can understand them better and solve what's bothering them. Number 4. What seems to be the problem and how long have you had this problem? This question tells you everything you need to know. Remember, as a salesperson, we are problem solvers. If it's a good fit, we go for it. If it isn't a good fit, then that's okay to say no. This means that it's very important to know what are the frustrations, what keeps them awake at night, what are some of those pain points we need to know. Remember, if there is no pain, then there is no sale. So, if you ask your prospect, what seems to be the problem and how long have you had this problem? The prospect might say, oh, I've had problems 1, 2, and 3, and we've had this problem for more than 4 years now. And we've tried different methods, and we still couldn't solve the problem. That right there is a golden opportunity. It now tells you how you need to sell and how you position your product as the perfect solution. Number 5. If this meeting accomplished everything you could hope for, what would that look like? You see, this question paints a picture in the prospect's mind, and they would give you the criteria of how you can make sure that this is a successful meeting. And they will tell you, well, I would love to walk away with a step-by-step plan and maybe 1 or 2 proven strategies that would help me solve this problem. And I would like to exactly know how you could help us and my company in the long term. And right there, you have the prospect thinking of a future with you. Thinking of it like this. You're basically done all the digging and pain point finding in a matter of seconds and barely had to open your mouth. Isn't that cool or what? If you think about it like that. Can you see what I'm trying to get at? These are simple but powerful questions that are designed for one thing and one thing only. And that's to have a deep understanding of what the prospect is trying to look for during this meeting. So, next time when you are in a face-to-face meeting with a prospect, test these 5 powerful questions and let me know how in the comments below they have worked for you. If this is your first time you're reading this blog, then I have to say, welcome, make yourself at home. Also, make sure to follow me on your favourite social medias. Why, you ask? Because I publish on LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube and this blog, with content that will transform you into a stronger and smarter entrepreneur, investor and thinker. I also give discounts and referral links that you can get access to, so you can have juicy discounts and deals on equipment that you may already be thinking of getting. You wouldn't want great discounts and bonuses, would you? Also, I hand you motivational quotes that keep you inspired and uplifted. And lastly, it's so you never miss a blog post. You can do so with the link in description on LinkedIn, YouTube, Pinterest, Twitter and my blog. The link will be in the description for you to click on. And remember, greatness is within by Adventago. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to click the links in the descriptions, and I will see you in another blog post. Bye bye.